Good evening and welcome to the Concho Sports Insider. I'm Arlen Ponder, and this is not Zach Carlock with me tonight. This is Rob Ray with me.
Good evening.
He is one of our other announcers that came on board, and he's actually works with me at TLCA. So there's us, and then we've got Pele Jr., although he told me he changed his name to something else earlier. Carl Lewis Jr., yeah. So he's going to come up here later. We're all going to get up here and we're going to talk some sports. Want to talk to you about some baseball standings. We have a bunch and we don't have a bunch. So we may have some information, we may not. But we got a bunch of track information. And since Zach's not here, we'll probably talk some track. A bunch of track. And then at the end, we're going to talk about some shout-outs like we always do. But to get it kicked off, we're also going to, tomorrow night, we're doing a live stream of the softball game at 6:30. So you'll be able to see your Lady Bobcats playing and don't have who they're playing.
Legacy.
Oh, they're playing Legacy. So they're playing the Lady Rebels. So that'll be starting at 6:30 on Concho Sports Net. And you can catch it on Fire, Roku, whatever, all the different apps that we've got. You can catch it on that. But, and then we've got a condolence that we have to give here in a bit. But starting out with baseball. Baseball, I'll let you take off.
Hey, love this time of year. Absolutely love this time of year. District 6-3A, it is really competitive up at the top. And it's a lot of fun to watch these guys go out there and play. Wall just balling every time out. Jim Ned and Clyde have really separated themselves. Those top three have really separated themselves out. We're going to have a really fun 2 weeks in that district, really seeing what happens with first, second place, and there's going to be a battle for fourth place. There's going to be a really good team left out of the playoff race.
Right.
So really excited to see what happens there.
And that's sad that, we always talk about you're sad that somebody's got to lose, but that district is intense. Anyways, what you got, everybody, you've even got Sweetwater doing bad. Sweetwater's normally a powerhouse, but I think they're having a down year this year. Our standings show that they're 0-3 and 6-8 in on the season, and 0-3 in district. Got a bunch of 0-3 teams or 0-2 teams. TLCA's 0-2, Sweetwater's 0-2, Grape Creek's 0-3, and Jim Ned, it says they're not playing any games. They haven't played any district games yet, apparently. But you got Wall up there at 3-0 or 4-0, I think they are now, and you got Clyde up there, and there's the standings right there. So look at that, 8-0. Oh, that's softball. So we can do that. 8-0. Look at that. They're another juggernaut. 9-1. Jim Ned 5-3. Sweetwater 6-4. Merkel 2-6. TLCA 0-8. And Grape Creek 0-8. But Grape Creek's down there 0-11. TLCA's won 3 games. And that'll be a match to see here pretty soon.
Well, what's deceiving about those records is now that district has gone to playing really the same team twice in a row. So if you're one of the teams that are down not as deep, not as talented, and you have to play Clyde, that's not just one loss, it ends up being 2 losses. You get the right combination of teams in a row, it's very easy to have, be 0-4, 0-6, 0-8, but you still have an opportunity. You're still kind of in it to try to sneak into that last playoff spot. Sure
could. And we talked about, I think it was last week, even on the baseball side, there could be Grape Creek and TLCA could sneak up there and fool some people. I tell you what, I'm not saying it because it's us, but that TLCA team is good. They're going to be very good. They've got those Pena twins they are good, and they're just a young team. And I look for them to be up there, maybe not in first place because they're still going to have to compete with Wall, but they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And they've got a heck of a pitcher coming up, and she had a horrible injury last year during a game where she was hit by a line drive off the bat, and it's taken a little bit of time to get back into it, and they're playing well. They're playing strong softball this time of year, which is good to see. And they have coming up, they have Merkel and Grape Creek both coming up.
So that'll be something to see. Now on the baseball side, which you guys that like baseball, I love baseball. I just don't like talking about it all the time. If I got the choice, I'll talk about football and hockey all day long. But on the baseball side, got Wall up there at 8-0, Clyde at 6-0, Jim Ned 5-1, and then Sweetwater. Sweetwater and Merkel, like you said, are going to be they're going to be able to confuse somebody.
Well, and Jim Ned, that one loss sticks out. That was to Sweetwater. So Sweetwater's got that potential, but you look at the last week of the season for this district, you have Wall and Jim Ned playing each other, and you have, I believe, Merkel and Sweetwater playing each other. And if Merkel, that's a good team. Merkel has really built up over the last few years. I loved watching them about 5 years ago or so when I was coaching. They have really built a solid team, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens if Merkel can get another district win somewhere before they end up playing Sweetwater that last week. You have 2 chances. That's going to be a heck of a finish to the season. Yeah,
so it's almost like they're playing a home and away kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
but that's going to be a de facto play-in game for.
Sure.
It could be, as long as there are no surprises.
Yeah, and that'll be something to see. And then Merkel, like you said, I forgot that you were Mr. Coach Ray.
Yeah.
But Merkel, like you said, is building that program back, and good overall 9-7-1 on the season, whereas Sweetwater 9-10. But again, we look up there at the top. You got those two. And I don't think those two have played each other. Wall and Clyde hadn't played each other yet?
No, that's coming up here. I believe Wall and Clyde play Friday.
So
it's the first game, and then Tuesday is the second of their series.
That'll be fun to watch.
Yes.
Definitely be fun to watch.
And Sweetwater is really the unknown in that district with the realignment bringing them into the mix here the last year or so. It didn't used to be Sweetwater in that district. So
right, they were up in 4A. So, and I think that and going with that 7 team, and then we realign not next year but the year after, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So, and from what I was seeing, and the great thing is Texas High School Baseball. We have that website, and it shows their students, and that count is just going down. So looks like they're gonna stay for a little bit. Clyde and Merkel and Jim Ned. I look for Jim Ned to eventually go. They'll have to jump 4A because they're expanding their school. They're doing a lot of additions. So I think that'll be one that we can watch them maybe run out. And let's talk. Do we have any other standings, Shay? So we got baseball for Lakeview there. 7-1 with Cooper, and that's the new Cooper school. That's 7-1. Lakeview 5-3, Lubbock Estacada 4-4, Levelland 4-4, Snyder 3-5, and then Big Spring shockingly is 1-7. And we talked about, Zach and I talked about it last time. That district is basically all flipped over, and I'll say that Coach Tony Cortez out there at Lakeview has those Chiefs playing pretty solid.
Yeah.
So, and we have some games coming up for them too.
Yeah, I love seeing there being competitive baseball. It's difficult it takes time to really build that baseball program up, especially when you're in an area like this where it is so football heavy.
Right.
As a former coach, the time that you're building your baseball program isn't during the season. It's getting your kids into summer leagues and fall leagues and all that, and they can't do that here because a lot of these kids are playing 2-3 sports. They're playing football, they're playing basketball. The first time they pick up a bat is January, when you can start to get into spring or pick up a baseball and try to throw it. Your pitchers, a lot of these teams are trying to develop pitchers as the season goes along. It's so difficult. So good on Lakeview for really making a good showing here in district.
Yeah, and talking about that district, I look for that Lubbock. I want to say their Lubbock Cooper Legacy. I think is Liberty. Liberty is what they're called, and they will probably, when the realignment comes up, they'll shoot up. So who knows who will move into that district? But Estacada they're normally always pretty decent, but they're always good in football. So you got that, and then Levelland they're always good in everything. They're like, Friendship. Oh, they're good in everything. But and then what else we got, Shay? 6A. Speaking of Friendship, there you go. 5-1. Permian 5-1. Midland Bulldogs 3-3. Central there hanging out in the middle at 2-4. Legacy 2-4, and the Broncos with an H 1-5. So that district that's the same you usually see. Only difference is you usually see Legacy up there instead of the Bulldogs. But there's another one talking about somebody that can sneak up. Central could get a couple of wins out of Legacy. Yep. And that could change the whole complex of that team, of that district too. Forget Colton Farmer, right? Colton Farmer is one of those pitchers out there, and he just signed Coulter Farmer, that's right. And he just signed letter of intent to play. He did it at the beginning of the year, but he's on fire. Everything I read about him is he's just, got a rocket for an arm. So they've got some good pitching they built up. I don't know if you know much about the rest of that district.
Up at the top, it is so hard to break into the top two there. Friendship, Permian, they've dominated for quite a while. It's Central, you'd love to see them, like you said, maybe sneak out another win or two, solidify that spot. And I think in this area, that could really energize the town a lot, getting them into a playoff spot. And they've been the whole community's just been dying to get behind one of their local schools.
Right. And you're right. And the cool thing about that is, Coach Mark Smith, who we will be on the coaches show with Monday night. Even though he's a football coach, he's more like an AD. He acts, you see him at the games, you see him talking it up, and it's infectious. And I think that's kind of, and then, Central baseball's, it's every once in a while, it's good. But it'll be great to see them take off if they can do that. So,
absolutely.
Gonna do one thing here, as we've talked about. Want to talk about a condolence here. Some of y'all may remember earlier this summer, the Darrens actually interviewed Mr. Doug McSwain. He was he says whenever he was talking to us, he says he's an angry orange man now. He was member of the only undefeated team in San Angelo history. He played tackle on the 1943 state championship football team, and they beat Lufkin on Christmas Day. Was so amazing to talk to this man. They ran the T formation. It was before the wing T, and he said that they came from behind in the semifinals to beat Highland Park 21-20. And he talked. This man was incredible. He knew Hall of Famers Bobby Lane and Doak Walker, who played on the Highland Park team, and he even made a comment like, "Well, those guys are." Well, they're pretty good players, you'd think. But that team still goes down as one of the top 100 teams in the state of Texas. He was a Texas Tech alum. He was a loyal alum and Army veteran. And I want to say we appreciate Buddy Bill for introducing us to him this summer. And Mr. Doug McSwain, we want to say a condolence to his daughter, Jan McSwain. Mr. Doug McSwain passed away on March 29th, and he was 97 years young. So our condolences go out to that family. And as I posted about him, sick 'em cats. And he was a great guy to talk to. And if you get the chance, go back to the YouTube channel and watch that interview. Darren and I had a great time interviewing him, and his wife even told us she has that interview now, and she can watch that interview and appreciate things that she didn't know about her dad. And we talked World War II, we talked military history, we talked how he came from El Dorado, and he says he'll always believe in being El Dorado Eagle, but he said now he was bleeding angry orange. So our condolences to him, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Welcome back to the Concho Sports Insider. Well, I'm Arlen Ponder. He's Coach Rob Ray, and he is Pele. No, I'm sorry. What are we calling you now?
Carl Lewis Jr., sir.
Carl Lewis Jr.
I got the little fit to the match. Now I'm not as fast.
No,
but I can still take off against these kids every once in a while. Sometimes kids at school, Mr. Richardson, no. You see, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. See, I used to run track back in the day. Used to be a jumper and a sprinter. Okay, so put some respect on my name. Okay, thank you very much. Children, kids at home. I tell kids, hey guys, check us out, Concho Sports Network. So tomorrow I'll probably have some kids. Mr. Rich, that was really cool. We did it. Yeah,
we always laugh about having the Kiss the Rattlesnake competition and the Angry Badger competition and all that. We're gonna have one segment where it's outrun.
Oh, say less.
Brandon.
Yeah, say less. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Can Brandon outrun a speeding bullet?
Whoa, wait. Whoa. I didn't say all that. I didn't take this headset off and get out of here before I I'm dodging, bobbing and weaving. Right?
Oh, yeah. All right, so you got some track updates. And
yes, sir.
I think Coach has got some up, too.
Yes, sir. So first we'll start off with shout out to the before we get into high school, we got to talk about the smaller kids, right? The Lincoln Middle School. They finished 7th and 8th grade this year. They finished their season at the District 5A middle school track meet. So it looks like the 7th grade Bandits and the 8th grade Braves won the District 4A championship, and then the 7th grade Braves and the ladies,
Maidens.
Yep, they finished 3rd. So awesome for for both their teams there. And then for you guys here.
Well, hang on.
Sorry, Coach. I'm sorry.
I jumped the gun. I'm so excited.
I'm ready to run. Man.
You're ready to take off. And let me say, congratulations, Lincoln. I know you.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yes.
I heard about it before I read about it.
Right.
Simply because somebody came home and told me about it because she teaches out there.
Right,
so,
right,
yeah,
right. Certain math teacher, right.
Yeah, certain math teacher.
Right.
So she was excited and proud of y'all.
Awesome. And then, Coach, we have TLCA, some of the things we want to shout out there for.
Yeah, we got Jackson Chacon placed 4th in the discus and 2nd in shot put. So he qualifies for area. Big shout out to Jackson Chacon and Coach O, who is also the head football coach, but has been working with the throwers over there at TLCA.
Nice.
Also, Xavier Constancio took 4th in the 1600. And so he's qualified for area as well. Big shout out to Xavier and Coach Mendoza and Coach Cerna.
Awesome.
And we're working through all the, we're still doing this. This is our third show,
Right,
so
right.
we're still trying to figure out some things, and that's actually Esther and who's the other one, Coach? Karis, and they were tennis. So
nice.
Yeah, TLCA tennis doing very well.
Okay.
We had our doubles team. I believe they finished third at the Reagan County tennis meet last week. Riley Honey got his second first place finish of the tennis season.
He was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, he's playing real well. There's Riley, and doing some good stuff, and found out that he's also doing it with a hip injury. So the fact that he's able to start and stop. I mean, tennis is not. It looks easy, but when you think of the toll that it takes on your body to be able to start and stop, sprinting back and forth, and he's doing real well with that injury, and I believe we had one other girl that finished first in the consolation. Was the winner of the consolation bracket.
Oh,
as well.
Genesis. Yeah, Genesis.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. So you're saying I should cut Riley some slack whenever he's late to my class?
No, absolutely not. You're talking about showing the kids out.
Right.
He and I we have a tennis match to play. Riley and I.
Come on.
He does not believe that I will score a point.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, that's Genesis right there.
That is Genesis.
Wow.
Thank you. I probably mislabeled those, so it's my fault.
That's cocky, Coach.
But
Man,
wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, big time.
Oh, he said.
It's really between him and all of the males in the Honey family, because they're all great people over there, and enjoy. As you can see, I'm repping Cincinnati.
Yeah, we see.
They are Pittsburgh people.
Oh,
and so
okay.
I've had my issues with them for quite a while.
Right. Just like, but like you and I, we first met.
Yeah,
we were able to,
Why do you have to bring that up?
I'm just saying, man, that it's possible to, hey, you know what, life is short. We love sports, and we come together every once in a while, right? For events like this, for the kids, man, for the community, right?
I hear you, but at least when we
go
talked
blue.
about
Sorry.
When we talked about it last time, we were in chairs and not
right. Oh, true. That's true.
And I could be on the other side of the room.
Right. Well, if you guys didn't catch it at home, go blue. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I was gonna say at least he's not wearing that Michigan stuff.
Oh, well,
but
go blue.
Hey.
Yeah,
but I may have to become a Cincy fan, because I hear that they're wanting to sign. My Steelers want to sign Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And if that's the case,
right.
then I'll have to find another team to be a fan of.
Right.
But keep going with that track.
Yes, sir. So today we had the 3A district championships today. First, we'll start off with the boys. So Wall, the district champions, came in first with 260 points, followed by Jim Ned at second. And then third was the Eagles out in Grape Creek. And then unfortunately, gentlemen, TLCA seventh, but they're still getting better, right? Hey, you got to take it 1 year at a time, right? Yep. And then for the ladies, so it was actually for both the lady. Who's Wall again?
Hawks.
The Hawks. I was thinking Eagles. Hawks, right? They also won district.
Now we got enough Eagles in that district. We don't need any more.
Right. So shout out to Wall for winning both for both the boys and girls. And then so just some of the results here. So we have Brig Jones, senior, out of Wall. He shaved off .10 from last year, and he won the 100-meter dash at a time of 10.85. That was faster than my time. My best time was 11.2, so he would have smoked me. Then we have so I was in the 100-meter, and then the 200-meter. Briggs also won the 200-meter with a time of 22.07. And then we have just going on the line here. So Arlen, I know you. Reed Robertson, Jr. He came in first in the 400 with a time of 50.95. Yeah, that's super fast. And then we have Bryson McFarden, Jr. He came in second for Wall, and then Braylon Nelson came in fifth. And keep going on the line here. Jacob Soto, Senior, from Wall also. Came in second in the. Did he also play football?
I think he did.
You think he did?
I think he did.
He came in second with a time of 2 minutes and 5 seconds in the 2-lap. So not the 400, but the 800. It's a really, really tough race. And then going down the line, we have also I wanted to give a shout out to the young man Xavier, freshman, TLCA. He came in fourth in the 1600 with a time of 5 minutes and 1 second. And then Jacob from Wall, again, he came in second in the 1 mile. And then Jacob again came in second in the 2 mile. And then we have it was Jason
Kincaid.
Yep, sophomore, TLCA, finished fifth with a time of 11:24. And then let's see, what else we got? We have Slayton Hallmark, sophomore from Wall. He finished first in the 110 hurdles with 14.92. That was something I could never. Hurdles and we never got along.
I could tell you a story about my Danica and hurdles.
Yeah, no, man. No hurdles, clip your foot and just fall on your face. No, thank
That's
you.
exactly what she
Oh,
did.
see? Yeah. And so that's why I didn't do it.
We still have the video and make fun of her.
Right. Let's see. Who else we got? We have, and then, Slayton came in first, and then we have Gavin, who came in second with a time of 15.36, also from Wall. And then we, going down the line, we have a Gavin first in the 300 hurdles with a time of 39.10. And then Slayton came in second with a time of 39.84. And then going down to the relays, Wall wins they won 3 relays. They won the 4x1, 4x2, and the 4x4. And then Grape Creek came in third in the 4x1, and both of those teams were able to achieve PRs for that meet. So shout out to them. And then we have the freshman again from TLCA, Jackson. He threw a 40 shot put throw of 43.8 feet. So that's awesome. And then we have Jackson again. He finished fourth in discus with a throw of 133.7 feet. Wow. And then we have, and then going back to me being I never said that I was a jumper, but going back to high jump, back in my day, so my best jump was 5'10".
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day. I can still jump, man. You know, it's not one of those, my back hurts, man. You know, I'm good.
That's us.
So we have Bryson Mick. So we talked about Bryson earlier. He finished first with the jump of 6'2", so he's a district champ. Way to go, Bryson! And then Yeager Thompson, sophomore out of Wall, third with a jump of 5'10". Slayton, once again, he finished fourth in pole vault, so he does hurdles and pole vault. Wow, son! Shout out to you, sir. You are a daredevil. Good for you. And then going back to jumping, we're still with jumping. Briggs Jones first in log jump with 21.9. Yeager Thompson second with a jump of 20.2. And then Briggs Jones once again first in triple jump with a jump of 45.4. And so that rounds it out for the boys. And then for the ladies, we have Hannah Quesada, junior out of Wall. She finished third in the 100-meter dash with a time of 12.98. And then Hannah, once again, she finished second in the 200 with a time of 26.40. And then we have...
That's 26 seconds, right?
20. Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, 26, 0.4.
Oh, okay.
0.4. 0.4. Just got to, because, track, man, it's neck and neck,
Yeah.
Then we have Lexi Slaughter, senior out of Wall. She finished first in 400 with a time of 1 minute and 1 second. And then...
do we know her dad?
Man, maybe Slaughter.
Coach.
Yeah,
same name sounds familiar.
Coach to somebody. I was like, oh, yeah, that's nice. That's what's up. Awesome. And then we have Marley Snowden, freshman out of Wall. She finished second with a time of 1 minute and 4 seconds. And then we have Mackenzie Lopez, sophomore out of Wall. She finished second in the 1 mile with a time of 5 minutes and 42 seconds. And then we have J.C. White. Or I'm sorry. We have Lopez. She finished second in the 1600 and third in the 2 mile with a time of 12 minutes and 36 seconds. And then we have J.C. White, junior, She finished first in the 100-meter hurdles with a time of 15.72. And JC, she also finished first in the 300-meter hurdles. Then we have, for the ladies, going back to the relays, they finished second in the 4x1. So they finished second in the 4x1. And then they also finished first in the 4x2 and first in the 4x4. So district champions for all those. Carson Braden, she finished first in shot put with a throw of 35 feet. Slade Yoakum, I think, she's a senior, third with a throw of 32.9 feet. And then Carson again, she finished first in disc with a throw of just over 100 feet at 101.11. And Sophia Fuchs, she was sophomore, fourth in pole vault with a jump of 8.6 feet. And we have, see who else we got here. Lily Lawson, our freshman out of wall, she finished third in the high jump. And also, so when I checked last for high jump, the results were not. They were still
weren't updated yet.
Yeah, they weren't updated yet. So apologize, folks, if that's what I saw as of 30 minutes ago.
Well, and mind you, we're only doing folks that, what do? We
Right.
said 1 through 4.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be here all night.
I'd be talking all night, and they were just just go away to the sides, and
We just leave you talking.
It's like, hey,
you'd see us just take our headphones
yeah,
off.
wait,
and go away.
wait, guys, come back. Where you guys going? wait, don't leave me here. Right, turn the lights on. Keep the lights on at least.
Yeah.
And then we have Cheyenne Floyd, sophomore out of wall. She finished third in the triple jump with a jump of 33 feet even. And so that rounds out the just some of the top results, the podium finishes for the latest 3A district championship. And I'm done talking.
And you're done. And the only reason that we're doing so much with that is because it is their district championship or district track meet today and yesterday. And next week, I believe, or week after, we start the 5s and the 6s.
Yes, sir.
And the 4s. So that'll be something to watch. I will give one more shout out to our Miles boys out there. Congrats to Coach Wilhelm and his team of 9 boys. They were runners up in district.
Nice.
Great job. They qualified for area, and we're going to proceed on. And we might have some photos of them. And then the girls area qualifiers also are out there. So good job on both of those. And if you get a chance, go out and look at I believe it's Miles Bulldogs Athletics.
Yes, sir.
It's their Facebook page.
Yep.
There it is right there. Colton Kelly. From what I understand, Colton Kelly did, phenomenal. Just took everything in the world. Cooper Ellison, Tevin Mead, Brandon Burris, and Luke Serta. So look at that. So you look at this. You got Wall. You've got TLCA.
Right.
You've got and Miles and even Robert Lee out there. You've got all of these schools. There's some great athletes out here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And coaches over there going, yeah.
Hey, no, yeah. And what I was thinking, aside from wondering what the wind aid was for your
come on, coach, come on.
I'm just saying,
man.
It very similar to some of the stuff we were talking about in the basketball when we got in the playoffs.
Sir. Yep.
The majority of the kids you just highlighted that are getting those places and going on to area, underclassmen. Wall, Grape Creek, TLCA. These are young kids, and they are showing up the upperclassmen, and they are building this area up. It's going to be a challenge for if Jim Ned stays in there. If the Sweetwater stays in, it's going to be a challenge for them to kind of break through with all of these schools having this young talent that's going to do nothing but get better over the next couple of years.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be fun to sit here and watch it, and we'll definitely keep you updated either through this show or through our Facebook or through our social media, whatever. We're going to keep you updated, but we're going to take one more break. You're watching the Concho Sports Insider presented by Pixelcast Media.
Damon Bell Photography and Drone Services for all your photo and video needs. Call 325-245-9663. Oh, and we also do sports. Call today,
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
All right, welcome back. I'm Arlen Ponder. The guys left me here to do this all by myself. I appreciate it for them. I want to give these final shout-outs to the Robert Lee Steers, the tennis team, varsity boys. First place, Brenner Sherwood, and third place, Alec Henson. And I don't remember what meet that was at, but they did that. And then the varsity mixed doubles for them. First place, Madison Koger, and Leo Suarez. And then third place, Kaylin Pogue and Anthony Landeros, I believe is the way you say it. Congratulations to them on tennis. Tennis is going on right now, big thing. And while we're talking about it, very best tennis. Want to give them some shout-outs. They play at the Robert Lee tournament. Javi Munoz and Maddie Waldley. We've got first place JV mixed doubles, Diana Ramirez, first place JV girls singles, Nate Woodruff, first place JV boys singles, Kinsey Gilly, third place varsity girls singles, Tucker Martin and Maddie Garcia, second place varsity mixed doubles. So shout out to them. And then while we're at it, while we're talking about little schools, Miles, want to give a shout out to them. The Miles boys were the district champs, and the Miles girls were district runners-up. So shout out to them. Congratulations. There they are. Appreciate them. And individual regional qualifiers there. So district runner-up, a district champ, Curry Smithwick there, and Caitlin Ridley, district runner-up. So congratulations to them. Good job. Once again, we talked about, the little schools having talented athletes. Want to give that to them. So if you have any information you want to share with us, be sure and send it. You can send it to me. It's Arlen at pixelcast.media. And if you'll send it to me, you'll email it to me. I'll check it. We'll try to get it up here. Like I said, we're trying to get the kids' pictures up here, working on different things. And if you do happen to send it to me, please make sure it's in a JPEG so that we can load it up and get it on the air. The last little thing before we get out of here, there's some other things that are going on in the region. Like I said, there's baseball coming up. There's softball that we'll be covering here pretty soon. Tomorrow night we're covering the Lady Cats softball as they take on the Lady Rebels at 6:30, I believe is what time it is. And it will be out there at the fields there right next to San Angelo Stadium. So be sure and come out and support those kids. They need as much love as they do with football. And then the coaches shows. We're going to have Monday at 7, on the 7th at 7 at Shenanigans. It's going to be track, right? Is that what we said? The track coaches will be there with us. And we'll also have Coach Mark Smith. We're going to talk to him about maybe some spring football and what's going on. And then on the 14th, Monday the 14th, we're going to have both Central and Lakeview at 1 at 7, 1 at 8, and we will have baseball and softball to talk to. And then social media, be sure and like us and subscribe, whatever, and look for us on the Roku and Fire apps. or by searching Concho Sports on those devices. Great, lots of information. We finally got our YouTube channel back, and there's other information out there to that. Like I said, go out earlier in the show, go out and see that interview that Brandon and I did with with Mr. Doug McSwain, Army veteran, and great story. Incredible guy, 1943 champ, a member of the San Angelo High School football team. And he said that they just had the A. That's all they had. They didn't have the SA. It was just an A. And so go out and see him. Other places you can catch the show tonight, ConchoSports.com, Roku and Fire TV apps, YouTube and Facebook. So next week, I think it'll be me and probably Coach again. It may be the three of us again. Zach is off on a sabbatical somewhere and doing whatever it is that Zach's going to do. And it will be us again. Hopefully, also next week, we may have Paul here. If you caught us last week, Paul provided a bunch of information. He's the sports editor for the San Angelo Standard-Times, and he will be here hopefully to give us some information, or maybe we can just pick his brain also. So until next time, on behalf of Brandon and Coach Ray and myself and all of us here at Pixelcast Media, have a good night and take care.